The words for Prince aren't going to be descriptive enough or clever enough. He just slid through the cracks of definition. But you have to try. Androgynous, carnal, soft, stubborn, playful, poetic, and the sort of talent who crafted like Mozart and moved like James Brown. What he did with a guitar would have humbled Hendrix.
There are many in the music business that engage in the music business as transactional artists. He was a transforming artist.
The Twitter tribute's as prolific and wonderfully weird as the artist himself. It's like hearing the Grand Canyon died, read one. Another makes a point that echoed today. What Bowie was for white kids who didn't fit in, Prince was for black kids. A beacon in mascara who made it okay to stand up and stand out. And how cruel that this year took both David Bowie and Prince. Today's news speaking to a seemingly mundane, lonely end. The 57-year-old Prince Rogers Nelson found unresponsive in an elevator on his Minnesota estate. No final word on a cause, but he'd allegedly been ill enough with the flu that his private plane was diverted last week to take him to hospital. Saturday night, he showed up at this $10 dance party near his home just to reassure fans he was okay for the moment.
He said, don't waste your prayers on me right now, and, wait a few days.
Like the kid in his movie Purple Rain, Prince was a prodigy, a Minnesota soul to the end. Both parents musicians. As a teenager, he became the youngest record producer in the history of Warner Brothers Records. And then, for his first 5 albums, he played every single instrument.
I use Stevie Wonder as an inspiration, whom I look up to a great deal, just for the way that he crafted music and his connection to the spirit. And back then I used him as a role model in trying to play all the instruments and be very self-contained and keep my vision clear. So word spread very quickly about what I could do.
40 years, 100 million records followed. And the likes of George Stroumboulopoulos, who met him, watched him, idolized him, can't stop talking about how Prince did everything exactly as he wanted, and good for him.
His bands were gender diverse, they were ethnically diverse. People didn't really realize or focus in on the time that all the equality we talk about, it was in Prince's bands. It was in Prince's music, and he always put women at the forefront.
And he famously put artistic control first. He wanted full control of the release of his music and image and brand. In 1993, he went to war with Warner, writing "slave" on his face, a nod to his fight to own his music, changing his name to an unpronounceable symbol, another stick in the corporate eye.
Prince was about the art. So Prince was like, you can't own art, you can't own me. And he fought a system.
The control continues even in death. There's said to be a bank vault full of unreleased material Prince held onto for decades. Reportedly enough songs to release one a year until the 22nd century. Until that happens, if it does, hang on to this. Super Bowl 2007. Purple Rain in the pouring rain. Perfect Prince. Adrienne Arsenault, CBC News, Toronto.